So you just downloaded Sonic Project Hero Rewired, and you may be thinking to yourself, wow, this is a really cool project. I think Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, they're pretty great, but, you know, lame-os. So I want to play as Edgy the Hedgie. I want to play as Shadow the Hedgehog. I saw him in the trailers. Where the hell is he? How do I unlock him? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you. I'm Stellman98, one of the devs of this project, and to unlock Shadow the Hedgehog, you don't really have to do that much. So, off in the hub world here, if you want to change characters in the hub world, use right D-pad. And if you come over to the left of where you spawn, you can do this right at the beginning of the game. I literally just loaded up a fresh save file. And you run right underneath this bridge, you will find the Master Emerald, and sitting on top of it is the gunslinger himself. So all you gotta do is run into him, he blows up, makes fun of you, and then you get to play with him. The dialogue box tells you to try his Chaos Spear, and I'd say, as a little bonus for a thank you for clicking on this video, I can tell you a little bit how this guy works. Shadow works identically to Sonic outside of his homing attack, his drop dash, and his Chaos Spear, trading the light speed attack for it. So when it comes to the drop dash, because that's the easiest to explain, is that so we actually increased Sonic's drop dash speed by, I believe, 25% or a factor of 0.25, so maybe it's only a quarter, than the original Project Hero. So Shadow has a weaker drop dash, and that's because he's a little bit more powerful than Sonic in some other situations. So his homing attack is kind of how it is in Shadow Generations, where you will teleport to the object in order to hit it. The thing about Shadow's homing attack, though, is that in Project Hero, if you follow the tutorial, you'll know that there is a homing attack preservation mechanic where if you hold the button when you homing attack an object that's like not a spring or something that gives you its own velocity, you will maintain the speed. So like with Sonic here, you hit the enemy, you maintain your speed. The thing is the teleport is super fast, so that means that Shadow maintains a lot more speed than Sonic does, and this is very useful on grind rails as well. He just gets a huge burst of speed, and you don't really have to do many bounce attacks to go really fast on them. Finally, his Chaos Spear over the light speed attack. So, at first, it may just seem like an ability you use to defeat enemies, and that's all well and good, but if you know Shadow Generations, just like that game, there's more than meets the eye to this ability. So it doesn't function exactly like Shadow Gens, where it, like, you know, doesn't stop you, or where it stops you from decelerating at all. You just get to maintain all your speed, because air drag isn't a thing in Project Hero, so that doesn't happen anyway. Instead, Beats made Shadow, also Beats is the one who implemented all of Shadow, which I'm sure is pretty obvious since he was the programmer of the project, but it is very cool that he was able to do this for the initial version of the project. The Chaos Spear, if you've played Sonic Advance 3, you know that Cream's tag action is a little bit funky, where you get an extra boost in your jump the more vertical speed you have when you release Cream from the tag action. The Chaos Spear works exactly that way. So if you jump and then use the Chaos Spear, you see you get like a little hop, which isn't like super useful, but it is kind of nice, and it's only on that first one. However, if I activate the Chaos Spear right when I jump, you'll see that even the second spear is giving me a little extra height as well, and the first spear gives me a ton more height. This stacks with, depending on, you know, the speed that you are going. So if I say, do this, yeah, you can just start soaring, and if I stomp and go the other way, yeah, Shadow can get an insane amount of height. This guy is really good if you're having trouble with the dev times. Maybe if you just want to go really fast, find the red ring, still have Sonic's moveset. Funnily enough, the slower drop dash is actually more of a difference than you would expect. Just that little factor change. Sonic can do some things a lot faster than Shadow can, and Tails and Knuckles are crying in the corner. But yeah, that's just kind of how Shadow works. That's how you unlock him. I figured that it'd be nice to have a dedicated video to our Sonic Adventure 2 boy right here. Future Past Me here to mention that Shadow also does have a dedicated tutorial section by entering the tutorial portal ring. I wanted to mention that because, well, I worked really hard on it, so please play it. But that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for downloading Project Hero Rewired, and I'll see you in the next one.